Should the Detroit Lions pick Bijan Robinson at 18th overall? Find out my thoughts. Cue that intro. It's showtime. Bijan Robinson, he's a running back, 5'11", 215 pounds, junior out of Texas. He's 21 years old. At the NFL level, Bijan Robinson is a day one starting running back. Now, he wins with being a complete back. His skill set, think of Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, all wrapped into one. He's shifty like Swift. He can receive out the backfield like Alvin Kamara or power you like Derrick Henry. He fits every possible scheme, and he can beat you in every single way. He's a featured back, a cowbell, and much, much more. His biggest knock is his 6 fumbles this past season. He's going to need to clean that up, take care of the football. He has one of the best running back coach in Scotty Montgomery if he's drafted to Detroit. Look what he did with the likes of Indianapolis Colts running back Jonathan Taylor, a guy that I actually wanted in that draft class. He will have competition when coming to Detroit. He will have DeAndre Swift and newly acquired David Montgomery. He's not going to have a lot on his plate unless he could clean up those fumbles. Then he will be that featured back. I think at that point, trade deadline possibly could move a DeAndre Swift, or maybe you trade him into getting Bijan Robinson. Either way, I mean, if you draft Bijan, you pretty much just said goodbye DeAndre Swift. I don't know if the Lions are completely done with Swift. I know he has a lot to prove in his contract year this coming up season. Bijan Robinson to Detroit will spell the end of DeAndre Swift. Now, there is a scenario where all three can be here the entirety of the season. I don't see it likely because I think you'd want to try to get something for DeAndre Swift. Drafting Bijan Robinson not only gives you a 5th-year option if he's a first-round pick, you also have still 2 transitional tags. Well, 2 franchise tags, the transitional one and then the non-transitional where Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, what he's on right now, where he's free to talk to any team, but if he signs with any team, they got to give the Baltimore Ravens 2 first-round picks. You could do that to a Bijan Robinson. Keep him for another year. The very next year, give him a different franchise tag. Got him for 7 years. That's basically a running back's shelf life. Obviously, he'll still have technically 3 years left. He'll probably sign a 3-year deal, whatever million, and try to compete. If we don't win him a Super Bowl, try to compete to win a Super Bowl. I think you can win a Super Bowl with Bijan Robinson. I think you can win a division title with Bijan Robinson. He has to clean up the fumbles, like I said. If you could do that, peep this out. Not only would he be into the best offensive line, he would also have Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, and you surrounded Jared Goff with these guys, and now you place a Bijan Robinson into that mix. Good luck stopping that offense. That will be the number 1 offense in the National Football League. Like, you drafted a Bijan Robinson to Detroit with the weaponry and the protection and the quarterback that we have currently. You put pressure on the entire league. You just put the league on notice. Now, the way I would do things, and this is my personal take on this, with the 6th pick, I would go either Tyree Wilson, if available. If not, Will Anderson Jr. is not available, I would go Jalen Carter. And then from Jalen Carter with the 18th overall pick, I will go Osiris Torrance. Solidify my offensive line and defensive line. Obviously, you have to think about guard in this draft class because you got about 5 years left. If you want to try to get Frank Ragnow and Taylor Decker a ring, this is the time to do it. They are in their final chapters. Same thing with Graham Glasgow. He's kind of in his final chapters. If you're going to get these guys a Super Bowl ring or playoff success and this, that, the other, and really compete in the National Football League, that's the way I would do the first round. Now, to get Bijan probably will not be there in the second round. Yes, he has a late first round, early second round grade. I don't think he's going to be there. The team that really scares me the most is the Los Angeles Chargers, because obviously they're willing to trade Austin Eckler. Who do they really have there? Based off that knowledge, I need to trade up between the 20th and 24th. They have the 20, I believe they have the 21st. Obviously, the 21st was vacated by the Miami Dolphins. So technically now the Los Angeles Chargers technically have the 21st pick. They would possibly have to go the 20th pick to get him. If he makes it past the Los Angeles Chargers, I am calling Baltimore with the 22nd or 23rd pick. The lowest I will go is Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they don't really need a running back. So, I mean, obviously, it's kind of safe to say, hey, look, can we take that pick, work something out, and get that pick so we can pick Bijan? We could do a trade package and stuff like that. Hey, maybe that's how we move away from Halapalooty Vaitai. I don't know. Or possibly a DeAndre Swift. I don't know. But it's a possibility. Now, I would try to trade one of those two. Possibly we have two second round picks as well. Maybe you package one of those, and then maybe you package something next year. I would do something like that. But Bijan Robinson in the Detroit Lions offense currently, even if we don't say get Osiris Torrance, and that's who that's who I have. And that's why I can also put Bijan Robinson at the 18th overall pick as well. Because I could see us going defensive line and offensive player. What if that offensive player is Bijan? I can see that. I just feel like the guard situation, you have to make sure that you lock that down for the next 5 years guaranteed. Because you would have Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, hopefully Osiris Torrance, and then you would have Penei Sewell. That's a legit starting five for your offensive line. Because you have those two, maybe guard is not a bigger need, so maybe you move Bijan up in the ranks and draft a Bijan Robinson. Like I said, he is a 4-down back. Like whatever you need him for, he's there. You also have David Montgomery. What a 1-2 punch for the next 3 years. If you keep Swift, you at least got a three-headed monster for a year. If Swift re-signs, you got a three-headed monster for some years. Either way, Bijan Robinson fits. He's a gritty player. He could do everything. Jared Goff needs some water, like David Montgomery said. I'll go get him some water. Bijan, go get him some water. He's that type of guy. Like, whatever you need, he's going to deliver. Or try his best to deliver the best way he possibly can. That right there in a Detroit Lions offense, best in the world, best in the league. I really want Bijan Robinson on the Detroit Lions. You want to talk about pick your poison, how you want to lose. The Detroit Lions are going to give you every which way for your team to lose, because the Lions are going to start winning. Now, if they go my way, you'd have two new additions with one of those defensive linemen and then Osiris Torrance, and then you add a Bijan Robinson. That's how stellar Bijan Robinson is. Don't believe me and don't take my word for it. Go watch that tape. If he works on those fumbles, that's his only real knock. He cleans those fumbles up. Detroit Lions got them an offense for years to come. The league would be on notice. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help this channel get into the YouTube algorithm, consider clicking that thumbs up, because it tells YouTube you like the content that you are watching. It might not be much, but it helps tremendously. If you want to be a part of this growing community, consider clicking the subscribe button, post notification to all, so you're notified as soon as I drop another Detroit Lions video. Thank you so much in advance. And with that being said, love you all. I'll see you in the next video, because grit don't quit. #1Pride, baby. Peace.